rocking the baby. What else could I be doing? I'm on fatherly duty here for a friend. She's had to go out and get something from the shop, so I'm looking after her little one. He's quite sleepy, but he's got little limbs, and he does suck his thumb a lot, I must admit. It's extraordinary. But he's got all the swaddling clothes, and every now and then he moves about, and his ears as well. Wonderful, isn't it? Goodness me, one of the most genius little puppets I've ever seen, and that's what I've got here, some puppet toys. So that was a favourite one which I picked up many years ago, and just by contrast, this is probably the smallest puppet toy I've ever had. This is quite incredible. It's made by that lovely couple down in Bridgeport all those years ago, Lawrence and Angela St. Ledger. And this is incredibly small because it's not just the whole figure, that's the figure in the back that doesn't move. What moves is this tiny little thing sitting on his lap, which is a ventriloquist doll. It's a tiny, tiny little puppet. So here we go, I'll get it very steady, and then I just push this, and a little figure opens and closes his mouth, and the puppeteer behind it, the magician, has to stop moving his lips altogether and just talk the special way they can, ventriloquism, and say, Gottle of Geer, Gottle of Beer. It should be bottle of beer, but sometimes it's difficult to say that. But isn't that absolutely tiny, tiny, tiny? It is a puppet, but by far the smallest I've ever seen or ever had in my collection. Now there's a one here which is a bit complicated to do, but it's such a winner. I think I must just adjust the microphone cable as I get up to show it to you. It's against the back wall, and it's an extraordinary idea for a figure which does something absolutely magical. It's a clown, and when I put my hand on the bottom and start operating it, we'll see what happens. Left, right, left, right, left. Oh, he starts climbing. He's getting taller. Now what's happening? Oh my goodness, those trousers are much longer than I realised, you see, because they've actually all been folded up, and as he climbs up, the legs get longer and longer and longer, and it's one of those lovely clowns on stilts that you often see at fairs, walking around the fields with these long, long legs like that under trousers. He's having a little leap of joy there. Look, he's up in the air, and then release it, and whoosh, down he goes. Isn't that a beauty? That's been a lot of fun to show. I don't think there's any others ever been made. It's something I devised, and I thought, let's have a bit of fun. So a lady helped me with making the long, 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 long legs for it. Now there's a company called Folkmanis in the States, who I see every year at New York Toy Fair, who makes exceptionally good puppets, hand puppets for children, very easy and very realistic and very well made. This is one which is a ladybird. The glove which you wear has got his little feelers, his little legs. I've got a trouble here because I've only got 5 fingers or 4 fingers and a thumb. This has got 6, but never mind, we'll just leave one out. But the idea is once you get your fingers in, you can make it move along the table or crawl over yourself or whatever you like to do. There we are. He's now having a little walk, just like ladybirds do. And you can come back here and you can get him to walk up your arm like that if you want. Or you can come over here and go over my head. Whoa, goodness me. I can feel it, it's a large one. Very easy to do, just simple fingers in the gloves, and away you go, and you can form beautiful things. And it's such a beautiful made job, a very, very good design work. It catches my eye immediately when I see it at the trade fair, and I bought it on the spot, I think. Here's a much more bizarre one. It's very, very strange, this. It's going from fauna to flora. And this is flora, or it's a flower, or it's something extraordinary. It's actually a Venus flytrap, would you believe? We'll take that one out for a minute. And he opens and closes, looking for hungry flies, yep. And here's a fly buzzing about. It's all part of the same thing. It's buzz, 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 buzz with his wings flapping. And he's being attracted by some smell or something in, and goes in and then gobble, he snaps up. Yum, 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 yum. Perhaps it burps when it's eaten the fly. I don't know what it is, but a Venus flytrap. Very, very bizarre, extraordinary one. I love the detail on the flower pot too. And your hand just fits in and does the opening and closing of this drawers that look like, of course, a very soft tissue of the flower petal that it's made from. That's a beauty. Then the glove puppets galore with the hands. Most of them are glove puppets for small children. This one, you can't put your fingers into the limbs at all, but you can just put it up in the top either side of the mouth to make his mouth open like that. And what he's got is a squeaker. Look at that. that comes a long way out. I mean, that's a really long, just like some animals do have tongues like that to catch flies and insects, don't they? So let it back in again, and he's going to squeak, 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 and then look very contented. That's good. And another delightful one here is, it's a boxing nun, would you believe? It's based on Mrs. Thatcher's face, I was told, when she was Prime Minister here in England all those years ago. And you've got a little gadget at the back with your thumb. You push one or of her arms or the other one and make her box, or do a bit of that when she's won the game, and she can box your face like that, or you can get her to box a balloon. I find when I had a tether balloon, I went bang bang with the fists on the balloon. That was a very nice effect. But I like that. Ooh, ooh, oh, 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 ouch! Yes, I'll try and be good. I'll try and be, yes, okay. That's been a lot of fun for children to imagine themselves having a boxing nun. Here's a famous character, Kermit the Frog, was it, or Kermit the something, from television days when I used to watch. And it's got lots and lots of red hair. The limbs on this one are just loose, they don't operate, but it's got the mouth which opens and closes, which is the best part of it, you know, with the mouth, opening and closing the mouth. And he can then talk to you, and hello, yes, 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 okay, yep, yes, he can do some of that. And he looks quite vicious actually with his eyes, doesn't he? That's a good one. The last one is one of my favourites because it's such an immediate one. Most things are a bit troublesome to put together, and this one, being a string puppet, you think, well, it takes ages to set up, and it looks as though it's going to be a difficult one to set up. It's the easiest one of the lot. You literally have to lift up the lid, and it's ready. Look at that. Instantly into a figure, all made of pipe cleaner type stuff. And you can operate just by moving these around, or you pull these and make it joggle its head. Very, very nicely done. And then you can get them to go clip, clop, clip, clop, clip, clop across the table. Left, right, left, right. Very nice. And then when he's finished, you just pack them away into the case like that, with all the strings in place. What a beauty. It's called Cutie Bird. And that's by far the cutest and most ingenious little puppet that I've got in my collection, I think. My favourite. Is it yours?